standing by with her caster partner in crime for Flaren. Take it away, you guys.
What are we... Lawnmower, all right, it's a new approach, and we'll go with it for now. But thank you so much for not only painting me as a bully, but handing to me in such a wonderful manner, Alex. It's fantastic to hear you're on your point right now.
Alex, I fucking lost it.
He's done what?
What?
I'm done. I'm out. See, the thing is, right, that normally, like, no one calls this stuff out, but I'm done with this today. It's too late, right? It's too late.
God damn, I just cursed for the second time! There's always just one time at an event.
Guys,
I just did twice now.
Someone needs to stop him. It is Alex's fault. You'll learn this really quickly. If you work with Alex or around Alex, you just consistently blame Alex for any issues you may have. Henry G did that actually a lot. It was all Alex's fault, and Alex should have resolved it. But anyway, let's bring it back in as it is into map 2 here between Luminosity and CLG. Of course, map 1 actually did go Luminosity's way. But new map, maybe a brand new CLG will appear from the ashes, and or a lawnmower, I don't know. What can we say coming into this with Flaren?
Need a holiday miracle.
At least you're going festive now.
Thank you.
This is really nice. You've upped your analogies. But Luminosity picking that up is probably not going to help too much either.
Yeah, no. I think CLG really needs a good start here. I mean, just looking at them, right after that Mirage game, they were feeling, or they were looking very, very down in the dumps to begin with, right? And it's not really an approach you want. I mean, it's the best of 3. Sure. It felt like they were kind of hoping for Mirage to go in their favor, and then just didn't really consider Overpass too much and hope that it's gonna hit on a 3rd map. Because right after the Mirage game, sure, it's okay to be a little bit upset, right? But you have to keep in mind it's the best of 3. You still have 2 maps to play if you end up winning Overpass, or you know, if you end up winning. But yeah, they CLG, they need to start strong here.
Yeah, and when we talk about the bounce back when it comes to teams like Na'Vi and certain other teams, that even if they go a map down, they take that break, they have their little reset between the map, and they come out and they just snap back into gear. But that aside, let's see how we go into this one. We're into the pistol round, and FNX already kicking off to a blinding start. They're catching out Color, but Fallen's been overwhelmed. So now suddenly CLG have a little bit of a shot here. 4v3.
They don't have any nades though, which is an issue when you actually do hit the bomb site. So if LG plays this great and just holds the angles long distance, they should still be able to hold this.
Alright, it's down to Fur, Taco, and coldzera to be able to do that one. And as you said, you can see the issue starting to rise with CLG. No flashes, no nades, nothing to push these guys back even further or give CLG any sort of window of opportunity. But they have the numbers. Maybe they can go out for the favorable trade. Maybe they can find the ideal site. But so far, it's looking quite difficult, and they're certainly going to be trying to kind of piece this one together, maybe towards a differing side. Taco's just be doing the jump, I can imagine, every now and then, just to see if there's anyone pushing through.
This is the right call from CLG, though. B is the easier bomb site to hit if you don't have any nades.
But Taco's got the cross here, and that is why it's so deadly. Absolute precision brings us back to an even number. Now, and coldzera's found another. Suddenly, CLG decide to peek in every single angle and give these opportunities, and now coldzera's going to close that. Was not how they imagined that round going for CLG.
Oh, and I mean that one shot from Taco was just guacamole.
You know, I'm normally just mean to Alex, right? No. I'm mean to Alex normally, but you're going to start getting this. You're like swearing next to me.
It's the worst.
You're talking about spanking, guac now.
Oh God.
What have you done?
What have Alex done? He's still.
You reckon he's the instigator of all of this?
Hey, Alex is always the instigator to everything.
I don't know, like, Sean Garris is the new element, though. So maybe it's Sean. He comes in all innocent, acts like,
That's true.
He's a nice guy, but...
But yeah, okay, so just give it to CLG there. Nothing you can do there. That's the issue when you don't have nades, right? When you hit the bomb site and you have just one shots coming in from a team like LG, right? So did you actually end up getting the bomb down?
I think they did plant the bomb. I think. We can check that.
They did, yeah, okay.
Yeah. But let's kind of keep ourselves in, at least for now, see what maybe CLG can do if there's any damage to be made. We saw how pretty much proficient Fallen can be with that scout, so he certainly doesn't need any help in this. But coldzera maybe, I'd say a little too overzealous on the peak, but trades it out in the end, picks up 1 kill, but in the end it brings it back to a 3v3. Now, Taco's keeping eyes to see if maybe Hazel did try and push out, and that's the bomb now down. It's suddenly gone really pretty badly. CLG have, what, 50 seconds left in this round, and they're pretty far away from that bomb, and they know that Taco knows it's there.
Yeah, I mean, it was looking like a pretty decent eco from CLG. Yeah. Getting the 2 kills, just with the P250s. Then when the bomb ends up going down and Taco actually spotted it, you see the rotation here. Taco just spawning, keep on spawning. Doesn't really matter at this point in time that CLG actually picks up the bomb.
Okay, maybe it does. Suddenly, okay, my attention's back in this round because Cutler's gone and done something pretty special there.
Yeah, but look at time though.
He's got 20 seconds. Come on, believe in miracles. Christmas miracles for Flaren. Stop being so, you know, logical and probably correct. But Cutler's going to give it a good try at least. 10 seconds now. He's going to have to do something pretty impressive and almost got his head plucked off anyway. But Fur is there and he's shut down. Do they recover the rifle? Yes, they do as well. Fallen's going to pick that one back up. So he can either drop that one back out or run it himself. But CLG are going to be on the buy at least. And they've got that round a little closer than maybe Luminosity expected. Yeah,
I mean, very good eco from CLG. Like I said, getting the 3 kills, not getting the bomb down, but doesn't really matter since they got the bomb down on the first round. Keeping LG's economy at least lower, right? Which is always what you want. Especially if you can't win the round, you want to at least try and kill as many people as possible. And that's exactly what CLG did.
Luminosity, look at this aggression. What on earth? He just passed straight up mid and Fallen's nade's going to seal the deal there. Tarek's going to go down, but all that information gathered, Luminosity know exactly the initial play from CLG now. But can they put together the rest of the pieces? It's a full rifle buy up here, and Fallen's... Has he just got a P250 here? I think so.
Oh, I actually didn't spot in the beginning. Maybe it, yeah, looks like it.
Okay.
Were they expecting on a save from CLG, which doesn't really make any sense? I mean, looking at the buy, again, it's a...
It's weird.
Yeah.
Okay, so 2 SMGs in play, 1 P250. The 2 rifles are kind of kept from that prior round, just kind of redistributed. But okay, if CLG actually have a really good shot at this, they've got a little bit of utility now. You know, 4 smokes and, you know, a few flashes between them. But I worry when you've got people like FNX just sitting in these little kind of close spots. They're just so awkward and so annoying. And Hayes is going to be so kept in by, you know, the likes of Fallen here. He might not realize that FNX is super close. Now, the flash didn't really catch out Hayes, which keeps options available now. And Luminosity may have just been a little overzealous in this round, not really expecting so much to be coming out from CLG. But both players on the flank here could be caught out, and it's going to be JDM finding one, but quickly traded out in the end. It's Hayes to close down, but maybe an oversight from Luminosity.
Yeah, I mean, it felt like it. Just considering their buy, I mean, it's okay to save the SMGs and stuff, but when you know that CLG got to plant the first pistol round fully saved except for P250s, actually maybe LG called that someone had like a head armor or something, and they thought that he just full bought the previous round.
Okay, maybe a couple of pieces just not quite fitting into the puzzle yet for Luminosity into this one, but they are still leading in this 2-1. But if CLG start building, and the big thing was on the desk that they've got to get off to a good start, right? They've got to get off to a blinding start to maybe recover from what happened last round. And, you know, this is a step in the right direction. First one on the board here in a good spot. FNX going to go down there, but it is still a 5v4. There's still, you know, a lot of rifles in the hands, and it's Taco this time just with the P250. Maybe hoping to recover something, but Fallen's in a really good position, but Hayes is holding the back lines here. So not overlooking that little piece.
Good initial round map control from CLG, but then ended up going down by Cole there. But they had good positionings. Hayes just covering their flank while they're boosting, but now everything's just falling apart here for Luminosity or for CLG.
Yeah, and these players are kind of left in these in-between spots. Fallen's still in a really good position at this point if they don't check this angle. Now, they should do. Surely they should do, especially now. Now that smoke's gone down, he's going to be trying to single them out, but JDM just bullies his way through. Now, Taco before did really well with the USPS in this kind of spot, but I doubt he's going to get much for the PT50, but then again, wouldn't ride him out. He's still got backup here as well, so Cutler's going to have to be pretty important in this. He spotted them out now. He knows that they've moved across. Good flashes as well, going to blind up both those Luminosity players. Molly to follow. Cutler is still looking for this one as well. And Cold Zero's found Hayes, though. 1 by 1, they're peeking into this. 1 by 1, they're going in, and that's a little bit questionable. Suddenly, a great little split comes out. Cutler and JDM remember to play as a duo, but round the back we go. It's Fur in a 1v1 with JDM, and Fur pulls it off. My God, how does he do this? Time and time again, these flanks coming out from Luminosity have been absolutely brilliant.
I thought that was game over because Cutler actually turned around. It wasn't even on purpose. Spots Fur, but ends up losing the duel, and then by then, having the last CLG member, it was very low to begin with. Yeah, great flank by Fur. I don't think they were expecting it.
No, 3-1 now.
Yeah, and another buy here. Good call from CLG. I mean, they know that the Luminosity were very low on money to begin with, and then only surviving with one member there. Winning this round will put Luminosity in a very, very awkward position in terms of economy.
let's keep our eyes on it. This Coldzera's going a little more aggressive this time. Just going to be holding that kind of monster side push through a little closer, but backs away regardless. He doesn't really need to be over zealous in peeking these and this sort of scoreline. Still looking for their opportunities. So they've got that SMG back towards Taco, so he's looking to maybe build up that bank. Fallen as well, just with the scout. So quite a light buy from Luminosity at this point. And on the other side, of course, FNS just with the Tech 9, the Galil as well with Hazed, and see Taco just sitting up in this cheeky little spot.
Just waiting for the smoke to fade, and you're going to see a flash over and B play here coming in from CLG. LG though playing it very safe. You see a rotation coming in from Fur already. So LG, 3 members on the B bomb side. This could be very troublesome for CLG.
Really good. They're not exactly keeping Luminosity anywhere else on the map at this point. Really, the extra time being bought by these smokes is going to leave it right down to the last second now. Okay, Hayes has found Taco, but will they expect Cold? They don't need to. Hayes just holds down Mouse One, gets the perfect timing on the shot. First Nate did at least trade that out, but it's still CLG holding numbers here. This is really, really good work, but they need to keep their eyes on that bomb as well. Get that down. Color's got Fur out of water, and now Fallen left with FNX. Now the flank was coming in, but they kind of stopped that one off, and he goes just straight in for this one. And really Fallen only with the scout. This is going to be a very hard retake here. And actually a really nice play from CLG, just one by one being able to take them down.
Yeah, you even saw the flashes coming in from Luminosity there. One of the members from CLG did not get flashed and ended up killing him as well. But considering how it was panning out, four members from Luminosity playing, holding the B bomb side, and CLG with only losing actually 1 member. So great job.
Really good job, surprisingly good job. Hayes picking up 2 and then falling. That's pretty acceptable, I think, by all standards. Let's be really honest here. CLG, when it goes right for them, it can look really, really good. Cutler's been picking up some really important frags throughout this game as well. But let's watch this one back because the flash just didn't seem to catch Hayes that came through
here. Right here, there.
He just wasn't as blind as the rest, so he still had that shot to make. So the difference, a second's timing can make was pretty much the whole round almost at that point. And now 3-2. Luminosity once again going back in on this. OCC's coming out to play.
Yeah, and again the buy from CLG paid off, and you're putting again Luminosity trying to win the economy race back with another 4th buy.
It does seem a little bit of a kind of rinse and repeat for these guys at this point, but still the tank and the cut towards Tarek is going to make it a little bit more difficult, and Fallen can keep playing this kind of jumping spot, move away a little, kind of rehold a new angle. He's got back up with him. He knows they haven't pushed forward just yet. And just constantly finding information, constantly keeping long a real tough play coming out from CLG. Sure, they could just land a shot, but already Hayes and Tarek both tagged up. It means those CZs are becoming more and more dangerous at this point.
Yeah, I mean, Fallen just with the 2 nasties there on both Tarek and Hayes, getting low, and then you're forced to rotate back. And look at the position of Taco.
Oh, will he have the discipline? Oh my god, Taco. Taco, he's got them lined up. That's 4 in a row. He's got the spray down. He gets down 2, but everything is now duly noted. Fur wants in on the action, but he's been caught up by JDM. Now 3v2. What on earth? Tarek is catching them off 1 by 1. Somehow CLG are keeping hold of this just. Now FNX and Coldzera, what can you do here? Just on the verge of those smokes. Gonna try and work around it. 30 seconds left. Molly's gonna cut up the peak, but only for a second. FNX found an angle. He's walked around the back. Tarek goes down, but not enough here. JDM keeps it in check, and now Coldzera wants a go. Do they know where he is, though? 20 seconds, I think they do. They're gonna peek it together. They peek 1 by 1 for a second, but JDM closes in. And suddenly Tarek and JDM's performance that round becomes massive.
No idea what Luminosity members did here. Taco doing a great job.
Yep.
He's calling here. I'm hoping that they are at the B bomb side, like they're already in. We saw Fallen there just jumping to his death from the balcony area. I don't know why.
Did he miss?
No, I don't know.
Why did he jump down? Actually, yeah.
I don't know if Taco didn't call that they were actually in the bomb side, or if Fallen just like his mind just slipped for a second there. But it doesn't make any sense. That round was theirs to lose, and
they did. That's kind of curious. I don't know, maybe a miscommunication, but surely he had time to even call out there's 4 going, there's 4 tunnel. That's the question maybe that we can get from Sodicus towards the stage if he gets a chance with these guys, but we'll find out soon. Now 3v3 now, or 3-3 now even. CLG actually building back into this game now. Slowly but surely, it's not been easy either. It's not been these kind of like fast and dirty rounds. There's been a couple of moments, sure, but it's been pretty methodical and pretty hard work. Luminosity have made some errors, but CLG has been actually exploiting it for once, and they've got a really good chance of possibly getting this one in the bag as well.
Yeah, I mean, look here, the B bomb is completely empty, so CLG is going to get another plant. It's another round win for them. LG decide to go for a gamble, especially when they, it's essentially just a full save with 2 P250s, and as he said. But yeah, as for Luminosity, it's a little bit sloppy now, I'd say, and CLG, they're taking advantage of that. 4 rounds on their T side so far. It's looking good.
It really is, actually, for them, considering this is actually, as people say, quite a decent map coming through for Luminosity. It's one that's been kind of kept in their back pocket every now and then. They haven't really been showing it off as much as maybe people would expect, but it's certainly been a good play from them. But still, so far, there's going to be at least a kill there. Finesse does go down, so they do maybe recover a little something. I think that's just the SMG, though, so nothing too much to write home about here at this point, and FNX and Fer will stay alive. They do. They do stay alive in this one, and CLG don't close out completely, but still, 4 rounds on the T side now. I hate asking the question, but how much of a CT to T-sided map is this in your opinion? What's a comfy scoreline for your generic, T-side that you're okay with? Obviously you want as many as you can get. Let's not answer it that way, but is it something that's CT-sided or around 6?
Yeah, and I love this from Luminosity. They had plenty of money to buy, but they didn't have enough for now. You do not see this too often because you get very stressed and nervous on how many rounds the opponents have. They decided to go for a semi-buy here, so next round they can't afford the ops. And I really like this idea. They just play the economy, and that's exactly what they're doing.
Well, let's be honest. We saw how big of an impact they had with the double op setup as well. So if they can maybe just negate 1 round, choose to go for a little bit of a lighter kind of investment into this, if they even just save the armor, whatever it is they have to go for here, then maybe we'll be seeing something coming out from that. Fallen can be a big play to this. We saw what happened to CLG when JDM wasn't able to get into the game for quite some time. He had a very quiet performance, but coming back to these points, and we'll see if that actually does come through in the next one, see what difference maybe Fallen can make if he does get that orb to hand, or whoever actually picks it up in the end. And at the moment, CLG just being really cautious, maybe just not sure what they're coming up against, because as you said, this is not something you see every day.
No, I'm sure the CLG just thought that they would be buying here, or Luminosity would be buying. Instead, you actually won't see that. Yeah, you have flashes on Luminosity and stuff, and they are going to head over towards A. But it's not going to be too much of a contest for the site.
It shouldn't be. First gone and found at least 1, but there shouldn't be any room for movement here. This should be pretty much a closeout. It would have been brilliant for LG if they'd been maybe able to catch up a couple more players, take them down, just cause a little bit more of a nuisance. For CLG to keep their eyes on the money, but so far they've been keeping these rifles in check. They've not been letting them get into the hands of Luminosity, even though FNS did go down. And Tarek and such just keeping close tabs on that as well. They're not leaving the site initially, just making sure that Cold, if he does go for this, would have to work for it. And I think he knows that.
Yeah, and just to go back to the economy thing there as well, when you are as a CT, you're put in a situation where you have to choose, right? You have to either base it off of your opponent's economy. Right now, CLG's economy is great. So then you have an option like, well, we can't let their economy to actually get any better, right? So then you force to buy. Or you pull the LG one as well, okay, well, let's for a second not worry about their economy too much. Let's worry about our own. We need to get an up on follow. We need to get the mollies. We need to get everything that we possibly can, because once we have that, we're going to have a much easier chance in possibly getting the 7 remaining rounds here.
And I wonder if Fallen's going to go aggressive. He's occasionally he'll dabble in pushing forward, but this time obviously not opting for that, playing off of the B site, so not going for any early aggression, playing relatively calm to this, and now First could be the man who have to pick up the slack in between that sort of connector area, and already Tarek's going to get the better of him. And Fallen's going walkabouts. He's got his kind of babysitter in Cold Zera, making sure no one's pushing through the doorway, but Tarek's got to be a little cautious. And even more so Hazed here, and I think he knows that. Hazed is being very meticulous in that peak, but if he goes that step too far, Fallen should have that shot every day of the week.
I don't think Fallen actually knows that Haste is there, though. You saw that it was so close to Haste, actually a little bit more to the... Oh. Ooh.
Oh my god, okay, there we go, Hazed. Really nicely done. Now, I don't know if maybe one of the others had seen Fallen there, if they'd maybe called it out, or just got an idea if that's happening, but really well played from Hazed.
Yeah, it's actually the model there. Haste actually he can actually see half the arm, and Fallen can actually... So Haste actually saw even half the body, whereas for Fallen, didn't see a single thing, right? So it's a little bit of a tricky situation with the CSGO models. Not throwing bad ones.
Oh, just a touch, like easing them underneath. That's really kind of you.
Again, great job by CLG again, not losing a single member. Luminosity just ends up dying 1 by 1.
And this is a different CLG.
Yeah.
I've actually just started to hear them again as well, because we are literally sat pretty close to CLG, to be fair. Like, when you hear teams getting loud, I'm pretty sure everyone remembers hearing, you know, the XTSM guys doing their knife round warm-up noises. But, you know, at the moment, you hear these guys get loud, but they have been so quiet. That's the first time I've heard a word. I've heard Luminosity, who's over the other side of the studio, way more than them. So maybe this is what CLG need, just that little bit of a build-up, and we are seeing the pause.
I mean, the main issue right now for Luminosity is that they're losing the entry. You saw Faraday go down against the staircase, the connector area towards B.
Yeah.
And I think the second round, I don't know, might have been Fallen the previous round where he throws the smoke and Tarek does the exact same thing as he walks behind the smoke, gets in an angle where he just ends up killing the CT, and then you have essentially all connector, you're one man up, and you get so much control, and that just forces Luminosity to play a little bit more aggressive. On this map, you don't really need to play aggressive because the choke points on the bomb sites are so hard to actually manage to control as terrorists, where you want to be able to play defense. That's why you just go for the entry and then you play 5 vs 4 and back up, because that's when it gets very, very difficult for terrorists. Right now, Luminosity is just handing them entries and then just makes life easier for CLG.
If you're a CLG fan, this is exactly what you wanted to see.
And look at the money as well.
Yeah.
JDM 15k, Tarek 11.6k, Haste 11.3k, Cutler 10.5k, and then FNS or Finesse on 4.1k. But yeah, I mean their economy is just baller right now.
Yeah, they're pretty set at this point.
Yeah.
They're feeling comfortable, and you know, finally we're starting to see what maybe they can do here. This is probably one of the better starts of their T-sides throughout this event. Let's be really honest, it hasn't been this good. Now, sure, some of that is Luminosity really making some questionable choices, but hey, CLG again making the most of it. But I don't want to start believing until I see that second half, because how many times have we gone, oh, CLG, they're looking okay, and then suddenly no, because now Fallen's taking the peak, and suddenly JDM goes back for a second bite of the cherry and just gets reminded why you don't do that. But Cutler, great little trade out in the end. They're going to be able to kind of collect that up if they want to. Might just try and hide the rifle away if possible, but no, they're happy enough. And now it's down to the last players of Luminosity. That was a bit of a risky choice to go for there.
Yeah, and great revenge strike from Cutler there. Just making sure once JDM went down, he just stormed him, right? Yeah. Just make sure that he's not allowed to get away. And that was the only weapon that Luminosity had. Again,
putting so much pressure towards Fallen to perform with these orbs. And I'm wondering what they kind of discussed in that timeout here is maybe just, okay, guys, let's stop kind of allowing them these opportunities, play this very passively, because, as you said, this map does lend to that on occasion. You see, you know, I always look back to maybe your ex-TSMs as well on this one as to how they play that A site. It's super passive on occasion. They'll occasionally dabble in a peak or two, but, oh, that's a shot from Fur. Hayes' head just gets ripped off, and now 4v3. Cutler's got tagged up. You start worrying at this point as Fur's actually around the back here, and Finesse might have to check this one now. He's going to have to be a little more careful, and he does get tagged too. These guys are so low. It's going to be a couple of bullets to make all the difference now. FNX, beautiful double comes in. Tarek and Cutler get taken down, and they're going to be kicking themselves if they drop this one. Taco's not getting armor. Cold only has the CZs. He does have a kit though, but they're split. One in front, one behind, one up bank, one pushing through bathrooms, and oh my god, they turn it. Cold Zera closes down towards FNS, and this is one of these rounds why I just can't keep putting faith in CLG, but Luminosity off the back of the pause do exactly what they want, and they're even looking out for these orbs right now.
I mean, this is the first round you've seen Luminosity actually get the entry, even though the fact that, yeah, they ended up killing Fallen, but it was a 4-on-4, and then you played it very safe, right? You saw that, yeah, the 1-10 from Ferrer actually didn't help CLG at all, right? But, and this is the playstyle Luminosity should be playing on their side. Just try and get the entry, fall back, play it safe, work the nades that you have, and just let CLG come to you. Now, sure, it's a little bit upsetting for CLG, right? Losing the eco, but then what they have going for them is their massive economy.
Yeah, there's still like 8k around them apart from Finesse, so pretty much well set here. Don't have to be too worried, but no aggression coming out towards the same sort of degree from Fallen this time, of course. Not going to be going for that sort of shot. He's going to be going back to what worked, what didn't work before, is playing over towards B, but playing a little more differently. And you can see actually Luminosity moving up a little bit here, playing from those restrooms. Peeking through now, Finesse and Tarek be playing out. The cross has been spotted. Tarek didn't get spotted on that cross though, and Cold Zera's going to be moving back, mollying down, slowing down CLG. Now FNX knows no one's pushed through this point at, you know, at this conjuncture, but still. LG backing away very quickly.
Yeah, just get a pick or two, or you know, you just get a peek and see what CLG's doing. Right now, you know, they only have half a middle, still have 3 Steel or LG members just playing the A bomb side. Again, fall back, right? Play it safe, play it defensive, let them come to you.
See if they can keep that. Fur is chomping at the bit to get in here. coldzera's actually going looking at this point. He's got the backup on the side, but again, Tarek's going to have the first shot on that one, but Fallen's found Finesse. So it's a 2-for-1 trade out here in favor to Luminosity this time. Now Hayes is searching for their chances on B, but already Fallen's backed away, moved away from any sort of challenge there. He's holding that push through, and he's hoping someone's got his back, but no one actually really has it at this point. The flash is going to keep him pinned off at this moment as Taco's found Hayes, bringing it just back to 2 for CLG, and this is not looking good this round. 1 by 1, they're getting picked up here, and finally, Luminosity seem to have a little bit of a number on CLG.
Yeah, because they're not losing the entry, which is, again, great. You see that even the fact that they actually didn't get the pick they wanted when they boosted up in middle, just falling back, just making sure you don't die at stupid places, will just leave CLG with really no reply, because that's what CLG wants. They want the entry. They want to be able to make you second guess yourself. You're not seeing that from Luminosity these past 2 rounds.
No, it's starting to look a little better for them. 5-6 as well. It's starting to look like a better scoreline. CLG doing well on the T side though. It's it's not the worst scoreline to be working with. We know their CT side has been pretty good so far as well, but Fallen not going to get that first one. Going to have to be cautious now. Doesn't want to get overwhelmed. Does not want to give away those early advantages that have been working so well in those last 2 rounds. And Fur's spotted out Cutler. Maybe a little cautious there. Pushing back through Tarek, getting a good little connection through that. A little bit of wood at this point, but still, it looks like CLG trying to respond by a little bit slower play themselves, being a little more cautious not to give up those opening picks.
Yeah, it's not really Tarek here causing a fuss for Luminosity. Everyone else rotating back to middle. And this is a great approach from them as well, because Tarek can just run around there, and for Luminosity, you see the rotate, they're forced to fall back a little bit more, but they're not expecting CLG to come out middle there.
Okay.
But now you actually, okay, so now it actually ended up being quite a B, so now you will see rotate. Look at Fair, just rotating back to A, because Fallen and Taco got to actually get control again.
That's good.
You should have just left Tarek there on the B1 side.
Maybe missed a bit of a beat on this one. Let's see if that affects them coming into this. Good flash out again. Oh god, they just about hide away. JDM saves the day, but now FNX with the lineup. He gets down Tarek. He goes back in for more. He gets FNS down, and this has gone from bad to worse. Again, suddenly Fur now, he knows exactly what's up. He rotated so early. He's caught the bomb off. JDM drops that one, slipping between his fingers. Now 10 seconds remain. Fur goes straight through the smoke, picks up Hazed, and now one man stands. 5 seconds left. Bomb not to place. And there it is. Taco closes down, and a frustrating round coming in for CLG.
Yeah, and again, this map is so fast on the rotates. You need to make sure that you keep the counter-terrorists on their designated spots, because if you don't do that, you're gonna end up fighting way too many people that you're comfortable with fighting. So Tarek there, again, a little bit of a mistake for me at least, that he rotates back. He should just stay at B, cause a fuss, maybe throw a flash. Just make sure you always keep the 2 members there, so they're. Oh, this doesn't help either.
Neither does that. Suddenly it's not looking great here. 2 kills for 1. Now FNX has gone down in connector, but that would just mean the rest of the LG guys play a little bit more cautious to it. But actually, they're still sticking around here, and I guess maybe starting to feel a little more confident at this point. Maybe feeling like, okay, we're hitting these shots. We're not giving up map control just yet. We can stick around a little longer. Actually, Fur right on the verge of going around here. If he does, Hayes did just back away, but it's a little close. 1 minute on the board, though, and now CLG have no map control. And Luminosity Gaming is so far pushed up. Look how cautious Tarek's being. Taco was literally just down below there a couple of rounds ago. They've got to check so many of these corners.
Yeah, and Fair, all the way up mid. Surprise though for. Okay, there we go.
You sound so disappointed.
I'm not really disappointed, since I think that still LG is playing better Counter-Strike than they were before. And for CLG, this is the time where you need to adapt. LG had to adapt to you before, and now LG has adapted, but you have not adapted to. It's like Inception.
So Inception basically is what they need.
Yeah, and I mean right now for CLG, we're talking about their economy before. Just because of for Luminosity now won 4 straight rounds, this is, it's cutting it dry right now. They can still buy everything, obviously, but for the last 2 rounds on the board, well, you don't have the op on JDM Finesse. He has all the nades by the Tech 9. But yeah, win this one, or you're gonna be on Tech 9 buys for next one.
Pretty much.
If you want the mollies and stuff to execute.
You'd assume they would, but look at this. Who's about to peek around? It's FNX again, and whether it's the full kills, the tags, the information, he's been getting it every single time at this point. He's been having so many of these lineups. And CLG switching things around here. Finesse could be the one lurking a little more over by B. They've kind of tried out Hayes at this point, Tarek as well, both being over there. These rifles better come to places, looking for perfect positioning, holding the push through, knowing JDM would just walk into that. And CLG, one by one, they're just falling. No one able to trade these ones out, no one able to get back into it.
Yeah, I'm playing it so smart. Fur gets the entry, ends up falling back and helping Cold take over that. And then you have all the middle. It might be long over there, but it doesn't really matter. He's not going to get that much control. The only one that can actually cause a fuss here is actually, if they time this well, with Finesse coming up middle and Hayes and Tarek on the A-bomb side.
Well, Finesse better be able to do something with this, because he was over by B for quite some time, but he's in a really good spot now. I'm not sure if he saw Cold Zero then, but he's certainly called it out to his teammates. And oh god, Cold Zero's just got through tap. Finesse goes down. This is just frustrating to watch. They possibly had a beat on that, but it's just slipped. Now Hayes is going to go beast mode again. He's done it before in the previous maps, but the timing is off. But the shot is great. Fur goes down. It's down to a 1v2 and just not going to have it in this instance. Time is with Fallen. He's got the kit there as well. And CLG just in the last couple of rounds allowing that door to come open towards Luminosity, and they work back into it.
If that, yeah, I mean, for Finesse there, if he would have been a little bit faster, that round would have probably been in CLG's favor. But instead, Cold ends up getting the CLG member on the bomb side, turns around, and that's when Finesse comes up, right? And Cold ends up getting that one as well. It's very, like, very close to actually winning that round. Not really going to work out, but they did get the plant though with the full money loss bonus. They do have everything they need. They have the molly, so I'd love to see a Molotov execute here.
But if FNX again, this guy is an absolute beast at this. He had a really big performance on the first map. Now he's kind of found that in the later stages of this one. And CLG just speeding things up. They're going, all right, guys, let's just get towards A, get as fast as we can. Actually, Luminosity aren't there either, so they might get a plant here. They've got the smokes down. They've got a good position to be made off the back of this. So 5v4, sure. CLG, though, have the bomb down, but they're stuck in the site here. Can they hold these boys back? It's a bit of a turnaround now. As Luminosity have to play retake. Look at this little boost so you can get just up on top of that fence and peek over. Clear out by the side of that truck. Smoke down towards toilets, but nicely done from CLG, not taking the early fights. Running that clock down. Hayes is there, JDM is there. And that wall of defense finally comes into play for CLG. And this 1v2, sadly for Fallen, he just doesn't have the time, and he knows it. The molly is going to just close this round down, and CLG showing, hey, in those final throws, they definitely can play this game to a very high caliber. But that was another long time coming to close out.
Yeah, great round by CLG. Just ends up rushing the side, and Luminosity were not really prepared for it at all, and they didn't really have anyone that was flanking. Fallen, yeah, they did the boost. Fallen actually missing the smoke. Didn't really matter from CLG. It's a very aggressive positioning on the A-bomb side. So yeah, we do end up in an 8-7 scoreline, and I think that this is a very good half from CLG. Let's just hope now that you know, they can keep going on their seed side, because as you were referring to before, we have seen good halves from CLG, but we haven't seen them actually just be able to transition that into a full, really good game.
That's what we're gonna have to wait and find out. That's the next big thing. But they look so down. I'm not gonna lie to you. They look so depressed. And that
they
wasn't
really
a bad
shouldn't be
side.
right now. I think that, I mean, Hayes for me looks, I think, very focused, and they really shouldn't be down in dumps, you know, at all. Because
it was a good half.
Yeah, it was a great half. Yeah, sure, they ended up losing 5 rounds in a row in the middle there, but you know, at least getting the last round there might potentially actually end up winning the map.
Here we go. So 5-7 for JDM, 4 pieces of armor for the rest of the CLG boys, and on the other side, actually 3 buying up towards the armor, and the rest going for quite a bit of utility. Cold Zero with the molly as well. So wait and see where that one gets placed. But CLG now on the CT, of course, and Luminosity on the T side. Luminosity already 1 map up, but JDM on the precipice of something perfect here. They're going to line up for him. He's going to get 1. He gets down 2. He's going to get the 3rd. Beautiful stuff from JDM with the knife. He doesn't quite get it, but Hayes is there, and that was so close to being something incredible. But all in all, didn't lose a player. Clean pickup, and that investment paid dividend. Yeah,
Great buy from JDM there with the 5-7 smoke. Just playing the smoke grenade, and then the flashbang from Luminosity was way too... I mean, I understand where the flashbang came from. I don't think they actually thought that JDM would be playing that close to the smoke. Paid off, obviously. Took the gamble. Triple kill. Knife. It's all good.
I love that you shrug at this.
It's all good.
I remember casting your games. Don't shrug. Be nice.
I don't know. I'm not shrug. It's like... My shrug was like, what can you do? If you Luminosity
okay.
in that.
I need to be more aware of your shrugs. You know what I mean? They're very emotive. One day, one fine day, if I get to cast with you more, you know what I mean? If I'm lucky enough, of course. And we, don't bring Sean Gares back, of course, because he doesn't really know NA teams that well.
Whoa.
Hey, you were the one kind of bringing this up before. You just didn't say it on air. My bad. You're just.
There's no proof.
I record everything you say because you pretend to be a nice guy. But anyway,
I'm horrible.
You are. It's surprising. It's really surprising, especially when it comes to like NA EU show matches.
I've never taken a part of one of those yet.
You just talked a lot of big game and then just never actually took part. But anyway, back into this round. JDM once again fancying to pick up the kills. He gets another 3. And he'll be closed down the end by Tarek. So good start again for Luminosity into the CT side here. Excuse me, CLG into the CT side here. I'm so used to saying Luminosity by now. But no, this is great. This is exactly what they want. Nice, clean rounds. And look at these kills. Can we just press tab for a second, please, observers? Can we just have a little look how top-heavy this is? JDM's on 21 kills here.
Yeah, and that's something you saw on the Mirage as well, so he's obviously stepping up big time. Haste again, I mean, Haste was the go-to guy for CLG on Mirage, so he's still playing very well. And then winning the anti-eco round as well for CLG, great stuff.
Are you posing for a picture for that?
Apparently, yeah. Sapphire came over and wanted to take a
so
photo.
if you do wonder what the observing's been like this whole event, it's been pretty spectacular, and that's because of Sapphire. She's been doing wonderfully, but now she wants to just distract from Flaren by coming over the cameras.
I like how you say that when she's here, so she's obviously not observing right now.
I'm just saying.
So you're just basically just giving Heather props, but not the other observer.
Who is the other observer?
You tell me.
You tell me.
Oh, you don't know? Here.
Oh, you just pressed tab. That's cheating. You've got a PC there, right?
What do you mean? You should
what's
know.
His name? What's his name?
Priya 707.
I like the way you added 707 just because it's fully there. It's fantastic.
Heather is Sapphire CSGO. Be sure to follow on Twitter. Yeah.
Oh, you never did. You never said that for me, Flaren. You're not. That's fine.
That's because you're not observing. See, there we
I'm
go.
dealing with you.
There you go, the
Twitters.
Twitters. See, bang.
There you go. Hit it up. Anyway, guys, back into the game. We are into the first quite important round here at this point. We are going to be seeing the CT side doing something we've seen more become commonplace. Sticking with a couple of SMGs here. So we've got the P90 again for JDM. Haze with it as well. Now, the P90 does certainly have its place to a degree, whether you like it or not. These close-range sort of exchanges certainly embrace what it can do, but position from Tarek there, if he could have landed the shot, FNX just says no, and suddenly JDM once again has to be the performer. Picked up one towards Fur, backed away. He doesn't quite. Ooh, that could have been a lot worse than it was. That's 12 HP. That's only got a little bit awkward, but he's got to be careful. Cold Zero is right down the end here. And suddenly, flying P90s are the next big thing. So 3v3, we're down to just the last 2 for CLG, and there was a little bit of a resurgence from Luminosity into this one, but it's been scrappy, and that bomb was nowhere near the site at this point. Now, Cutler needs to just kind of slow it down. He just needs to play calm at this point. He needs to just go, okay, bomb's not down, and we're 1v1. Just kind of take stock of what just happened, because it just got really messy really fast.
Yeah, one-on-one. And for Cutler here, it's just a matter of playing it smart. Don't overextend anywhere. Actually, Cold decided to smoke the bomb site, thinking that Cutler might be there. But Cutler is playing really smart right now. It's very good to be either around the balcony area or towards A, because if you end up playing B, it's a lot easier to get over there than the A. Because if you plan here, you have so many options to come from, whereas A, if you end up coming from this whole area, you're pretty much stuck.
So, he's got a molly to use and a to use. He can clear out some of these corners, but the fight just gets... Wow, all right, Cutler just swings out on that one. Cold Zero maybe just taking a curious fight into that, really pushing out on the angle, trying to just pick up that quick kill as Cutler pushed out. But there we go, Diffuse comes in, and CLG starting to stretch their legs. All right, this is starting to look more and more impressive for them. I don't want to say too much just yet, but bear in mind, this is the round with those 2 P90s still in play. This was really good.
Yeah, and you hear CLG as well coming alive for once. You know, shouting and screaming a little bit. But yeah, that spray should really not happen. I don't know if you guys noticed that as well. Once it actually became full screen on Luminosity screen, the manager there, he has massive amounts of text. That's a lot of prep work coming into games like these. Even versus CLG. Who would have thought?
Can you stop being so savage? Because I wish people could see the smug grin that you put on your face after this. You're so proud of yourself, like, I've just
I don't
trashed
know what
NA.
you're talking about.
Oh yeah, sorry for Flaren, the really nice guy on the internet, I forgot. But if people only knew. Back into the game, 11-8. Luminosity actually has some really good presence on this A side for once. They push CLG all the way back, but Hayes will be doing well. But JDM's kind of stuck through on long, so kind of leaving some options available, and this could really hinder holding the site. And there you go, JDM's gone and found Fur, but I miss these Tame lines are going to be really stretched to perform here as Hayes already in a good spot, going to find the last two. And this is a really starting to be a built-up CLG. This could be a third map.
Yeah. And yeah, again, as CLG playing really good right now. Triple kill from Hayes. Yeah,
For CLG, right?
For CLG.
Sorry.
Did I say Luminosity? No, I'm sure.
No, I was just saying, you know, for an NA team.
No, again,
oh.
No, they're playing good. They're playing good. One of the things for CLG, I really hope that they have sorted this out, hopefully with the addition of PETA, where when you get close to actually winning the map, so you don't get overly stressed, so you have to keep on calm. Most of the times, it's the last few rounds that actually are the hardest to get. You grind rounds, and then last round, then you see the little home stretch there. It's like, oh, we're almost there. Let's just keep going. JDM on point, ends up langing Fallen, which is oh, and the nade as well was killed.
That's, you know, let's be very honest, into this game at the very least. You could maybe stretch it to the first map as well. JDM has been a huge factor, considering he didn't get the AWP much. When he finally got it, he did start to perform a little bit here, but this is the difference a confident player can make as well. And actually, the swing out comes in from Color, but nicely traded back by Tarek. So the CT side will be keeping this at a 4v4 for now. Fallen very low, but Taco somehow kind of slipping through towards B here, looking for a couple of these players. And Hayes playing a bit of an off-angle spot as well. They're both down towards the right side here. And he might walk into this one.
Oh, yeah. Good job from Hayes not going down and then Fallen again. 2 HP, yeah, sure he has the off, but you have no control of the map right now. Ferry will probably be the good go-to guy and look for CLG. I mean, great boost coming from them as well. Very innovative.
So at the moment, we've seen both maps kind of going the opposite way than they should have, on paper at least, I guess. But let's see if this boost actually pays off. They're holding one angle. Tarek's kind of holding the close push through from long. And Furs just checking. So I wonder if he's going to be flashed in here or if he's just going to have to go for it. JDM gets flashed. Tarek, you better be ready. Otherwise, JDM's kind of screwed as well. It's down to, oh my god, it's just fallen apart altogether. I thought it was very innovative, as Flaren once said, but it's gone very, very badly as Finesse now left alive. And
I was just about to call that. If CLG, if JDM ends up shooting there, because then he will know, he wouldn't know about the boost, so he will know there's a player here. That shot there, right there. And then JDM just backing up a little bit because he got flashed. So he ends up falling first. So Tarek got a very off angle. And that's just...
It's almost unlucky in a way.
Yeah, it's very unlucky in that sense. It's a shame. I really like the positioning and stuff, but Ferry just taking advantage of that. Luminosity back in the game.
Yep. You know, a little bit of a swing around about moment here, but again, Cutler in a good spot to watch this one push through. Good timing on the crouch, so from FNX, he doesn't have any of that. Catches a second too. Tarek goes down. Suddenly, 3 players left for CLG. They better not start crumbling. JDM is literally holding this together, kill by kill at the moment. FNX going to try and go for the cross route by those restrooms, and just about walks back into the nade. I wonder if JDM's going to be aware of this. He has fallen back, but Taco found it. Finesse. Oh my god. Somehow this is going from bad to worse, and you know, FNX is at the helm of this ship. Just brings one back in check. Now Hayes has to go beast mode here. Peeks out towards one. He's got Taco down. Bomb's planted. He knows where it is now. He knows there's going to be limited numbers. He knows there was a couple over by A at the moment, but it doesn't matter. Fur watches the push-up, and suddenly, here we go. Luminosity on 10 rounds.
Yeah, and CLG with the decision to either buy or save here. Since JDM has been playing so well throughout this whole map, you want to save here. You want to make sure JDM gets the op once more. Because right now, that's what him and Hayes, that's the 2 guys that's winning you rounds.
Yeah, I feel like I may have just cursed CLG by actually saying, like, hey, maybe third map's coming.
It's not over yet.
It's not. It's definitely not, but I do start worrying.
Even I'm optimistic.
What? Really? It's the first time for everything. 10-12. If Flaren's optimistic, this is a whole new world for me. I don't know what's going on here. But let's kind of take this round into stock. It's good seeing that they aren't going to be forcing straight back into this for the sake of JDM, because recognizing he has been an integral part, and actually that molly not going into play, so Tarek's going to get away with this. And I don't know if they've spotted that it failed, but they'll know soon enough as Far just lines them up and knocks them down. CLG tries to pull themselves in maybe towards that B side, but nice usage of the mollies coming out from Luminosity. Color does manage to catch out Taco though, but Don't see him picking up the gun just yet. Fallen's found Tarek back again now. 2 remain for CLG, and this should be a clean pick up for Luminosity. There's just Cutler left in this one. The bomb's not even close. They want to just pick up this kill. He's spread out Fallen on the end. Oh, this is a dangerous pick. He's going for this Cutler. And he's not going to get it. Fallen closes him down in the end, and 1 man falls. That was Taco. So now we're back. And it's 11-12.
Yeah, great job calling a timeout here from Peta. Just looking at the money, again, JDM can't really afford an op, but you do have members on CLG they can actually drop in one. So now for CLG, I mean, they start off really well. If you just look, well, I can look at the scoreboard where you see CLG having 5 rounds in a row, and then they end up losing these last 3 rounds. So they do have a very solid approach so far, but now it's just about managing to stop Luminosity's little momentum based game right now, because again, Luminosity, their economy is shaping up to be quite significant.
It is, and that's worrying if, you know, that double AWP comes out again. I don't know if
you see the paper, by the way.
Okay, so I'd love it to just be completely blank. Just
no, I saw it before. Yeah, the other way.
Like,
yeah, it had massive amounts of text.
To be fair, I do know as well he did have a notepad yesterday as well, so it's not the only thing. Maybe this is just what they had on CLG. Maybe it's just what they wanted for this map. I don't know. But he did have a full-on notepad as well yesterday, taking the notes out, kind of running through, discussing things in this. And I actually do like seeing the kind of coaching role becoming more and more integral at this point. I think it's quite important. Now, let's remember, or let's remind ourselves what happened in the last map. CLG last time, JDM didn't get dropped the AWP by his teammates. Yeah,
and now I was actually paying attention to that. Cutler actually dropped JDM the AWP here now.
Nice.
I'm sure we'll see it on your screens in a little bit, because we're just about to go live again. So yeah, we do have the AWP on JDM. Solid nades on CLG as well. You do have the smokes, you have the flashbangs, you have the kit on haste. So yeah, again, this is a very, very important round from CLG. Losing this one, you're ending up on a save again. You're giving even more money to Luminosity, and you can't really afford that at this point in time.
A lot of rests on this one. 11-12. CLG still in the lead, but Luminosity starting to build themselves back in. Whether or not they can keep that up is the next big thing. Is CLG investing heavily into the presence of what JDM brought, but I think they know what's coming their way. Hayes finds the first, but Taco trades it out. Good flash slows them down, allows FNS a little bit of a chance to readjust, keeping this in check in a 4v4 for now. Looking for that pixel out of place. It's Tarek who's gone and found it towards Coldzera, keeping Luminosity at pretty much arm's length. Now, JDM's not even had to show a hand in this one. The bomb's going down. Finesse is about to pounce. Good flash comes in. He's right amongst them. He's got a player right in front. Finesse turns around, finally picks him up, but where are these final 2? Fallen is still 1, and that is a stunning shot. Cutler just gets absolutely decimated. And now 2v2. JDM still in this, Finesse still in this, and JDM does the damage, but it's Fur in a 1v1 now. Faking it out, JDM's not falling for it. He knows exactly what's up and he gets it, but time is of the essence, and he doesn't have a kit. But does he have the time? I think he might just have this one. Oh my god, that was a second away.
Such a heartbreak round there as well. JDM again playing a very, very good Counter-Strike, getting the 2 kills. For Fallen, a little bit of a slip-up with position there for Fallen, because he should have known here, this position here, after he gets that second kill, Fer was actually not holding his right angle there, so Fallen ends up going down, making it very close in reality, where he should have just backed up, played the bomb a little bit more. But yeah, very lucky there for Luminosity that he didn't pick up the kit that Haste had.
See, now I'm a little bit heartbroken. Like,
yeah, that was very upsetting.
You know, the difference to, 1 to 2 seconds can make, but back into this one now for Luminosity. This is a great turnaround. This is where everything starts coming together for them. As Fur's going to catch JDM out. And when you've taken so much and you've done so much for your team, it's hard to watch these rounds starting to slip away, but this is how it goes, as we are going to see the rifles being kept in check by Luminosity. Taco is going to switch up to that, as Hazed, Cutler, and Finesse are the last 3 standing.
Going to kill one. Can't get the second one. The other 2 remaining CLG members obviously on the bomb side. And just looking at the money here, we will see yet another opto on JDM, which is great. I mean, he's dropping 30 right now, and Haste shortly thereafter 27 frags. They are the go-to guys for CLG at this point in time, and they, again, sorry to say it, but they need to keep on stepping up if they want to end up winning this map.
Yeah, no pressure, guys.
It's all good.
It's all good. They can't quite hear you. We can occasionally hear them shouting, but
Yeah,
I just don't like making eye contact in between half these rounds.
Someone from CLG did not make it a family show like 2 rounds ago.
I did hear that too.
I did hear the F word.
That's right. I've already heard it from you today, so you know.
I've said it twice, so once per day.
It's nice you keep to a regular sort of
impressive.
schedule. It is. It's amazing. And now Hayes left in these sort of spots is never fun. If he can maybe do a little bit of damage, it's been great. But Fallen's going to close it down, and it's time to reassemble here for CLG. If they want to keep this one going in their favor, they're going to have this big round coming in.
Yeah.
And for me, this is the big round. This has to be where it stops.
Yeah. CLG needs to take control here. Get the entry, fall back, play it safe. You need the entry here. Entry. Boom, boom, boom.
Are you okay? Is this what happens when you get optimistic?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's a long day. It's been a long day, but it could get a lot longer for any CLG fan watching this one if this round doesn't go their way. So, 13-12, Luminosity do manage to pull back the lead here, but JDM fancies turning up a nice little kind of shoulder peek, just not giving away anything. Luminosity being so cautious, and everything JDM's trying to do is being met by some sort of resilience.
Yep. Entry.
Nope. Your chance not worked out yet. I'll let you sing it when it happens, sorry. Nope. Maybe a chance? No. The rest of CLG fell back.
Yeah, really good job though, and not getting when you don't get the frag there, just to fall back, just play it safe. Let LG just get the bathroom area. It doesn't really matter too much as long as you do still have 3 members on the A bomb side here, and you have the nades and Molotovs to hold them away.
Yeah, and I do like this spot the Tarek's in. It's kind of like a one and done, but if Luminosity don't check this, he can have a wonderful little bit of time, and especially if he just pop flashes himself, and he does have the support of his teammates as well, but good Molly going to force him out of this position. Pushing around towards the side, but not panicking too much just yet. A little bit of a pop flash going to slow down FNX, but oh my god, he's gone for it. All right, Tarek, there's your entry frag. Goes back for more. Good flash there, but he's flashed up as well. Fur gets the trade up, and JDM gets finally picked up by coldzera, pushing up from long, and Luminosity just surging forward towards his site, leaving just Hayes and Finesse alive.
Yeah, Hayes needs to wait here. Wait for Finesse to actually come from the flank.
We wait out patiently, and it does pay off. Finesse gets there. Taco goes down. Now, both these remaining players are both kind of by long at this moment, but coldzera, is he going on like the rotate of the century? I think he is now. Finesse has heard that. But time is of the essence. Finesse tries to take the fight. Hayes wins his 1v1, but now Hayes left in a really dire spot. He's going for this. The flash comes out, but the nade just gonna trickle into his lap. And that has got to be gutting. Luminosity now 14, CLG 12.
Yeah, getting the enter from Tarek, it was a little bit too late. It's a bit too late since they were already so close. CLG almost ends up winning this round, and now you're in a, because of the mono loss bonus, they lost 6 rounds in a row. They will be able to buy. It's just the momentum right now for Luminosity. It's just, I think it's a little bit too bad right now.
Yeah, it's very noticeable in the studio at the moment. You can feel the energy from Luminosity, and already Taco just pushing straight in. Hayes just gets mowed down, and they're just going in for these trades now. Finesse is still doing some damage there, sure, but he's going to go above and beyond, and he's doing just that. FNX does fall. Now we are in finally an advantage for CLG, but by this point, Fallen Fur and coldzera still have an opportunity, and you've just seen them make the most of it. First found Cutler out of nowhere, and suddenly CLG just give up the advantage. I don't even know where those kills came from at this point, as JDM just walks back in, gives his position away, trying to pick up one, pushing through towards CT. And the bomb is alone with coldzera. Now they know the bomb's there, but these are just 1v1 plays, just this kind of like frustrated play style it seems from CLG at the moment.
Yeah, even actually Fallen ended up missing the shot there on the CLG membrane connector. Could have actually been a little bit more dangerous. But yeah, map and match point for Luminosity. We'll see yet another buy, obviously, for coming in from CLG. A scout from on Tarek. No defuse kit though, so this is gonna have to be, you know, you have to contest this before they get the bomb down.
Yep, gonna have to pull up those bootstraps here for CLG. It's the one and done. Luminosity on match point, not map point, match point. Already picking up the win in map 1. This is starting to look good for CLG at some point, but kind of fallen to the wayside right now as Luminosity just building off that momentum, looking so good under the spotlight here as they could get their place in towards those semi-finals. Can they make it through though? CLG gonna have to fight with everything they got. This is it. This is do or die time. This is where you've got to pull everything out. Doesn't care if you're working with a little bit of less. You've got to find something big here. So, slower play from CLG, being quite cautious, and you can't really blame them.
Yeah, I just play it safer. You don't have that many smokes up, but you do have flashes. So play defensive. When you do try and spot someone, just flash up, try and get him caught off guard with a flashbang or two. You can get the entry and then just fall back. Set up for the crossfires. What do you have?
I guess in theory it is quite simple. It's just getting it done. And
look at this though. 35 seconds left, and look where the bomb is.
Okay. This could be interesting.
They're still not reacting to the bomb. Here we go.
Finally, someone pushing for it. 25 seconds. So this has to be almost straight to sight at this point. This is actually a really long way.
Have time.
I don't think they're going to have time for this. Luminosity, what on earth is going on? If CLG just need to stay alive. If they throw this one away, it's nothing but their own fault. Called Zero finds one. There you go. They're holding on to it now. Time is of the essence. 10 seconds now. They don't have time for this. They've run out. Surely 7 seconds now. The bomb just about going to make it over there. Did he just get that down in time? Oh my God, Fur, how the hell did you do that? I swear that was 3 seconds, but no, he gets the bomb planted. Now 1v2. They've got the weaponry now, they've got a smoke to hand. They don't have a kit though, this was the original point. They have to be quick on this. And Fur's gonna be playing to time, he's playing this smart. No one's checked it. He's gonna just play through, he gets down one. It's a 1v1 and Fur gets it done in the last couple of seconds. Actually, the last 4 seconds to be precise. That was down to the wire. I don't know how the hell he pulled that off, but he did. And Luminosity pick up the game.
That was some solid Nike shoes right there. They completely forgot about the bomb over there.
100%.
Yeah, I mean, you saw there. I mean, at that point in time, Fair had no other choice than to just try to run towards B. If CLG had one member there, he would have never had time to even, try to kill him, right? The round would have been over.
Oh, if he got himself clipped on the door, anything, it could have literally gone. Like that. Let's be honest here. So, the amount of times they've had to do diffuses, and there was the 1 second left on the diffuse, let's remind ourselves, those kind of moments where it was 1 second and JDM did everything possible for it, and we saw that time and time again. Then we saw in the last round there, down to the final 4 seconds, just, may I add. And this is what happens when you become optimistic. Finally, when you start getting excited for NA teams.
No, but I think they started really well. They did. I think they had 5 rounds on their seat side first, and they were looking. Luminosity was looking very shaky, and then you just hit that one round where and then after it just escalated, right? Put CLG on eco. Then when they actually ended up buying again, you saw the tactical timeout, looked great, and then you have that heartbreaking diffuse, and then by then it's like the mentality is just dead by then.
Certainly is, and it's going to be a tough one for CLG to kind of come to grips with that. But on the other side of the coin, of course, Luminosity picking up a great victory in just 2 maps. So guys, let's head to the stage and hear it from Fallen and Sadakist.
All right, guys, thanks so much. I just want to point out something, by the way, on that last round with Fur, because I was standing just behind his PC. The only reason he made it to plant that bomb is because he nailed the surf outside of Monster. If he'd missed that, it was over. That was pretty nuts that it was that close. How was that game for you?
Yeah, the game was awesome. Both maps we played pretty well. The second map was pretty difficult because we lost some situations where we knew what they were going to do. The first gun round where we lost, we knew we were going to be B. We had 3 guys there. I was rotating, so can't say it was 4. But they got around. I mean, they're excellent players. CLG is a great team, so even if you know what they're doing, sometimes it's complicated. And after that, I think Taco had a great round. He was just behind their guys on the B. And we lost the round 2. I mean, 2 rounds that are supposedly could be ours, and we let it go. And they got their momentum. They started doing a lot of rounds. They started playing pretty well. So we need a break. We made a tactical pause, and we changed some things. Like I started opening on B, so pretty much changed the game, I think.
And during that tactical pause, one of the things I noticed, now you have Zeus, former coach with GA or Dexterity, take your pick. You've brought over now 3 of their players, 2 recently. Obviously, them and you guys are very close together. You live close together. You know your play styles. But how much have you had to adapt to the GA play style, or have they had to adapt to you, or is it similar altogether?
Actually, in the first one we made on last tournament, which we got in the finals, we didn't practice anything to the tournament, and we were playing just based on basic strats, something that the old Luminosity gaming had. But after this tournament, we started doing a boot camp and trying to get some better entries, these kind of things. And the funny thing is that we tried to do some of those things against Navi, mainly on Dust 2, because we tried to recover that map after the 16-0 for Fnatic in the last tournament, and didn't went pretty well. So, I mean, we still have work to do on this map, and I think we still have work to do in terms of how we want to play, because it's obvious that's not working yesterday. So we pretty much changed it today, and I think we're excited for next match.
One of the things before this map as well that Moses made a good mention of is before bringing in Cold, Fur was your top guy. He's still a very skillful guy. He kind of had a bit of a slump. Cold's kind of taken over that Thunder. Now this is what I want to know, and this is what Moses was touching on, is sometimes when you kind of get that attention, that star kind of level, and you slip away and suddenly the spotlight's not on you, you kind of lose your motivation or your mojo, I guess you could say. How's he been reacting, and how do you balance the personalities now that you have this much skill on the team?
I think that could happen when people think sometimes the stars think they are the most important thing on the team, and that's not the fair case. I mean, even if we lost some matches and he had like 30 bombs, that was pretty usual last year, in the beginning of the year. I mean, he was our star, and he had to do a lot of work for winning those matches, but he's not like that. Even if we lose with him putting a lot of effort, he'll never say, okay guys, I did my part and you guys didn't appear. Like, he's a guy that plays for the team, he's humble, and he's everything. He has everything a player needs to have. I mean, he's humble and he's a really good player. And I mean, it's pretty difficult for to continue like this because Cool Zero is pretty nuts too. I mean, they are fighting for frags, they are fighting for the tension. And I think that just added us a lot of potential, a lot of firepower. So that's why I think we are having better results than the last lineup.
And now with as well bringing in Zeus, you are an in-game leader who's also an opper, and a lot of times there's, you know, we see it all the time. In fact, that's just a role that's very hard to do both. You can't be successful at both. You're kind of mediocre somewhere in the middle. It's just so much responsibility. Has Zeus relieved pressure for you to allow you to, you know, have more freedom in the game?
Yeah, I think it helps a lot. It's pretty difficult to be an opper and in-game leader, as you said. Sometimes, like the last tournament when we were playing TSM Inferno, I was burned out after the game. I mean, I didn't have so much frags, and I had to think so much over the game that I just left the game and said, okay guys, this was the game that most made me tired in my life. Like, so it's complicated sometimes, but on the other hand, I try to not be the captain sometimes, and it doesn't work for me. I mean, I'm thinking on what I should do every time, so I'm so used to that I think it would take a lot of time for me to get used to it, and I just think we don't have time for that. But overall, I just want to make my players play more freedom. I think FNX, we not mention him, but today he was our best player, definitely, and we're just excited for next match.
And that next match is your nemesis again, Na'Vi. They've got you now, I think, 3 times in a row, at least in best of 3s, but you're always close with them. What have you learned from earlier in this tournament to make sure that you prevail tomorrow?
Yeah, exactly. Na'Vi, we lost, I think we are 0-6 for them right now because it's pretty difficult to beat them. The first 4 defeats we had, it was like 3 rounds difference, 2 rounds difference, just details that lost cost us the game. Dust 2 was pretty unusual. We lost 16-5, I guess, yesterday, so kind of show that our Dust 2 is not on point right now. And the second map we lost on overtime. So, I mean, every single defeat we have for Na'Vi is so damn close. So even if we're 0-6, I don't mind about that. It's just the same thing about the last tournament when we lost 16-0 for Fnatic. Everybody was saying, Jesus, guys, this is not going to work. But I said, that doesn't change anything. Losing 16-0 or 16-14 is a defeat. And that's the same mentality we need to have on this situation, because Na'Vi, we're 6 against them, but tomorrow, when it matters, we can make a difference and pass the group stage.
All right, well, best of luck tomorrow. Congratulations on tonight. You can have the rest of the night off. And we will also just wrap things up very momentarily, of course, not before going through that extremely close game on Overpass. And that means going back over to the desk with Alex. And remember, Sean Gers, the desk is where former pro players go to die. Just ask Moses.
Wow. Jesus. Okay. No chill at all. Okay, the gauntlet has been thrown down.
He's a con player. Can we get him out of here?
Matt, are those pants or are those yoga pants?
Okay. Right. Let's talk about that game a little. Oh, there it is. There it is. That's what we needed. It's all love at the end of the day.
Yeah, no, he's just trying to get you to let your guard down again, right? You know?
Yeah, I know, right?
Damn.
Shifty Canadians.
Shifty Canadians, right? Hey, don't worry, mate. You know, we're all friends here, eh? You know, and then it's just like...
It's the shiv to the kidney. Talk about the game, guys. Let's talk about the game. Come on. Come on. I'm the adjudicator here. Let's talk a little bit about that game on Overpass. And I mean, like, for a good period of that time, we saw it just going back and forth, and Luminosity did just seem to take the reins towards the end of that. Jason.
Yeah, I mean, I talked about it off air with you guys, like the thing that like Luminosity is kind of showing us is how many just impact players they have, and the difference between them and CLG, and it's kind of something I haven't been able to put my finger quite on, is there's some fraggers on CLG, but there's no impact players. Like when they get into a really tough spot, when they need someone to win a round for them, like never consistently do they have a player who's going to take that mantle. LG's got FNX, they've got Fallen. Yeah. Like these guys, even if they get bogged down early, even if they're in a 3-on-5, these guys are going to find a way to open something up, give themselves at least a little bit of a chance into a round, and the rest of them can just take it from there and see what happens.
Yeah, I could think of like 4 gun rounds off the top of my head on LG's T side Overpass where one person got 2 massive back-to-back frags and opened up situations that they looked at in very disadvantageous in.
Yeah.
It did feel like the same kind of story for CLG as well. I mean, that was a tough pill for them to swallow. I mean, we've got Peter as well. This was the discussion. And
I mean, look at this. Can we actually get a camera shot real quick of the CLG desk, please? Is it possible with the boom cam or something? Don't make any sound. Don't move.
There he is.
Look at that. Look at that. Wow. Man, that's harsh.
I mean, you know, maybe he's just swiping through his Los Angeles Tinder, but maybe he's reviewing what has just happened.
He's actually just looking for tickets to go back to Sweden. Right?
Oh, God damn.
Too soon.
Guys,
Speaking of ships.
We've got like an arsenal of like really janky shivs we're just shoving into each other's backs.
I mean, I was going to hand you my shiv basically when Sato said that and just be like, how's it feel to be over there with, hosting? But okay, it's all right, Sato.
But yeah, I mean,
we'll get him next time.
He's definitely not too many coaching words being spoken at the end of that loss.
The crazy thing is actually, we mentioned it, like the one hope of CLG in this map was if they got that hot start, if they got out to a good lead and could just ride that out. And they did. And then that pause came. It was like, what was it, 7-3 at the time or something like that? For CLG was up 7-3, and then it was like 5 straight or something for Luminosity out of the pause. All of a sudden, they get right back into it. Despite the best efforts, like we should mention, JDM and Hayes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Doing everything they can to keep him in that. JDM was absolutely insane this
monster
and talking as well. Like it always seemed like whenever you heard a voice like go up a little bit on the CLG side, it always seemed like JDM, and at that point he was just like, okay, like peek together, do this, like let's try and, it always felt like he was the one trying to
it's
get
the
things going on
comms.
CLG.
It's the mid-round comms I always feel like stick out to me because he's always the one that's making like, watch my back, watch the lurk, come on, eyes on short. Like he's the one that's like,
don't bring up the short round. Like they literally run onto the B site and he's like, someone watch short for me. Nobody's there. Go into play. Someone watch short for me, please. Yeah. Nobody's there. Like they're like hunting frags.
No, but it was the third time. He said it a third time. Was like screw it. Just starts planting the ball, staring at short like this is it. This is like
I die.
But yeah, there were you've made a good point because I remember that score. What it was something like 21 JDM, 19 Hazed, or vice versa, and then you had like an 8 and a 6 on FNS. And
that was at the beginning of the half. Right?
In the middle of the game. So they really did get early frags and big numbers at that.
Well, one thing too is like just a small minor mistake, and this is something we touched on, is that round that there was like a 3-on-4. I know we have it clipped, and it's where like 2 CLG members with a man advantage had to stack up at that 8 bomb site.
Worst setup possible.
And it's like all you're doing is condensing your players to get doubled, and there's no reason to do that. You have that man advantage. Play deep in the site, make them commit.
Yeah,
this is from JDM's perspective.
Yeah. This is, I think it'll end up switching, and the long dogs are working up.
But why?
In a 3v4 scenario, this is just such a bad idea.
So like so that's good when you're setting up 5-5 and you're getting early info, right?
Yeah, or even like even situation, but you can't allow the team to even up numbers like that with a stack like that because you're giving up long. The T just walked up long A.
Yeah,
not even a flash. You just turn the corner, and like even JDM falls off the top and blocks his teammate's vision to even get the kill.
So that was exclusively relying on Tarek.
Impact frags again because so Fair gets those and he's low. But then Cold just like wraps onto the site and kills the guy Optimus, like instant headshot. So there's not even any chance for CLG to reply there. It was just like bam, bam, oh, round is over. And then that was the beginning of the pain train right there. Yep. That's where Luminosity, they was like, all right, guys, let's go. Time to take the map.
Shoveled some coal into the kind of Brazilian hype train. I mean, those guys make so much noise with every round they pick up. It's absolutely crazy. And it's just a stark contrast to what we were hearing on like CLG. They were picking up, consecutive rounds, as Fifth Laren said.
Well, Sean has a good point about, that hype, though. It's like something that you were touching on.
Yeah, so what I personally think about getting that hype when you play is it could be a double-edged sword, right?
Yeah,
like you get too hyped and your highs are really high, but then when you start losing, your lows are really low. And sometimes players don't know how to respond in those low situations. And we haven't really seen Luminosity tested in those kind of ways because they've played so incredibly well with this new lineup. And I'm interested to see when things don't click and when things don't work early in games, what happens.
well, maybe we will see tomorrow. Of course, that's going to be kicking off same time, same place again. 4 more Counter-Strike games for you. Let's look at the brackets to remind you guys of what you witnessed, but also what's coming up tomorrow. And we're going to be seeing Envious just kind of sit back and relax as they have that spot in the semis. It's going to be Fnatic versus Liquid, our first game tomorrow. And what a game that will be. Of course, we saw Liquid demonstrate that they can take maps off Fnatic quite recently over at PGL.
Last hope.
Yeah, we're going to be seeing what they can do in that one. And then on the other side of the bracket, a more recent game for you guys. Question mark sitting on their laurels in the semi-finals. It's going to be Luminosity versus Navi, a rematch. And you heard kind of Sadakis get some wise words out of Fallen towards that lineup, saying, you know, yes, we've had some problems. We're probably not going to be playing Dust 2, and we'll see how the things play out for that one. A lot of good games tomorrow. It could be a long day, guys. I'm expecting some 3-mappers for this one, Jason.
Yeah, I mean, you certainly hope so. With a bunch of these European teams, 3 maps of some really awesome Counter-Strike, and yeah, that's going to be. I'm really excited for that LG Navi game. I'm very excited for that because I want to see if LG can get over the hump, because this is a couple times now the Navi's had their number, and it seems like every time we see LG, and this is even a situation in their last roster, every time we saw them, they built upon something. They improved in some way, and they brought more to the next tournament. So, you know, how many times is it going to take for them to finally kind of get something to click against that team?
Yeah. Soka's closing thoughts then. Stand out kind of match for you then this of today.
Well, no, it's just like to add on to that, it's fun because when you think about Luminosity, it feels like everybody's had their moments. And yeah, and Navi, when you're watching Navi right now, it also feels a little bit like that, where it's like Guardian is, you know, there, but then Flamey, Seized, Edward, they all seem to have their moments as well. So it feels like a very balanced matchup. They have a similar style already as how they approach the game. And then everybody seems to be hitting a similar level as well. It isn't just like Guardian going full beast, although, you know, it's always there. Yeah, those eyes. But I mean,
like a great white shark.
Yeah, it's just soulless. You know, when he starts getting into that, you know, you look, and it's just like Guardian may look at you, but there's nothing there. Right? It's just this hunger.
Because he's in the game.
It's just this hunger, this empty void that he just has to suck frags into, and he's never gonna fill it. He's just gonna go with that off and keep looking for more. So yeah, it's good. That's gonna be a fantastic match.
All right, cool. So last closing thoughts from you, Sean, on today, but also like what we're going to see tomorrow.
Yeah, I was super impressed with Envious today. I want to see if they can keep that up tomorrow. Obviously, they'll be playing the winner of, who's that? Navi Luminosity. Yeah, they'll play the winner of Navi Luminosity, which is an interesting matchup for them. Completely different style of team that they played in Fnatic today. So, well, really excited about that matchup in particular. I like how Luminosity played today. I hadn't gotten to see them play this dominant fashion that they played at the last tournament that Semler was at. So I'm excited to see what they have in store tomorrow.
Sights on that one then.
When it was a ride.
It's been a fantastic day. No doubt about it. We've seen fantastic socks from Fiflaren. We've all been stabbing each other in the back. Sadakis has hurt a lot of people's feelings. No surprises there. All in all, it's been an incredible day, and there's so much more to come. So same time, same place, guys. We're going to be live again from our studios here in Burbank, California. We hope to see you there. For though, just before we go, a reminder about the Score Esports application. Head over there right now and wind down your evening with a cup of tea and an article. There's plenty recapping what you may have missed, but also some stats and figures for you guys of the day, the games of today. So we're going to go ahead and say goodbye, and we'll see you tomorrow for the same thing, same place. See you then.